Hello and welcome to Crossfire, the show that dives into the heart of global conflicts, where nations collide, alliances shift, and lives hang in the balance. On tonight's show, we tell you about Ukraine's new high-powered laser weapon designed to shoot down enemy aircraft and drones. Also on the show, we tell you about a new bombshell report, which claims that Bashar al-Assad made a secret deal with Israel in exchange for safe passage to Moscow. Stay tuned as we break down these critical developments and explore their impact on the future of global power and security. In a battlefield dominated by missiles and drones, Ukraine is turning to something revolutionary: light. Kyiv has unveiled a laser weapon designed to shoot down Russian jets, intercept hypersonic missiles, and neutralize drones with precision. Modeled after Britain's Dragonfire, this game-changing system is cost-efficient and marks Ukraine among the elite nations with laser defense technology. So could this beam of light be a game-changer in Ukraine's war with Russia? Our next report tells you more.
In a world where wars are fought with missiles, drones, and supersonic aircraft, a quiet revolution is unfolding on the battlefield, one powered by light. This comes as Ukraine has now unveiled its first ever high-power laser weapon, Tryzub, designed to shoot down enemy aircraft and drones. It is a cutting-edge laser weapon that promises to shoot down Russian jets, intercept deadly hypersonic missiles, and neutralize swarms of drones with surgical precision. This game-changing technology was revealed by the commander of Ukraine's unmanned system forces at a recent defense conference in Kyiv. Modeled after Britain's revolutionary Dragonfire laser, this system represents a new chapter in Ukraine's war effort, one where science, speed, and strategy collide. For Ukraine, this isn't just a defensive weapon, it's a symbol of resilience, sharing its name with the trident from Ukraine's national coat of arms. This also marks Ukraine as the only fifth country in the world to possess such laser technology, joining the ranks of military powerhouses like the United States and China. The UK's Dragonfire, the prototype that inspired Tryzub, was initially planned for deployment in 2033. As a matter of fact, the laser weapon is set to be deployed on UK's Royal Navy warships by 2027. But with the war raging in Ukraine, British defense officials fast-tracked its deployment. UK's Dragonfire laser is already making headlines for its astonishing precision and cost-effectiveness. But why are lasers such a big deal? The first point is cost. Traditional anti-aircraft missiles can cost millions of dollars per launch, while lasers like Tryzub operate at just £10 per shot. Military analysts believe this cost efficiency could reshape how wars are fought. Moreover, the advanced laser system can not only neutralize drones but could even target hypersonic missiles traveling over 3,800 miles per hour. So, as the beams of light from Tryzub cut through the skies, they illuminate a future where technology and determination shape the battlefield. Will this new dawn in warfare tip the balance in Ukraine's favor? Only time will tell.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has made chilling claims about North Korean soldiers fighting for Russia. A video posted on X shows fallen North Korean troops in Russia's Kursk region, allegedly having their faces burned to conceal their identities. With reports of heavy casualties and untrained soldiers suffering immense losses, the question arises: is this alliance costing North Korean soldiers their dignity, even in death? For more on this, listen in to our next report.
Is Russia betraying North Korea? Is Moscow repaying North Koreans for fighting against Ukrainians with humiliation? These are some of the questions that Ukrainian President's shocking claims have raised. There's dignity and respect in death. But from what it seems like, North Korean soldiers are not even receiving that in exchange for fighting for Russia. Ukraine now claims that North Korean soldiers are experiencing something terrible at the hands of Russians. In a video released on X, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky claims that Russians are burning the face of dead North Korean soldiers. This is to conceal their identities before their burial in Russia's Kursk region. The video posted by the wartime president shows the North Korean soldiers lying dead on a snowy ground. But what's more troubling is the next part, where some soldiers seem to be setting fire to parts of their bodies. Zelensky claims Russia is trying to conceal the losses of North Korean troops. He says the cynical step is part of Russia's larger strategy to hide the presence of North Korean troops in the country. He adds that North Korean soldiers were even prohibited to show their faces during the training and preparations. This marks the first time Ukraine has detailed North Korean losses on this scale. And these claims come amid reports of North Koreans suffering major casualties in the region of Kursk. South Korea claims that at least 100 North Korean troops have been killed, while another 1,000 have been injured in intense fighting. Seoul attributes these heavy losses to the lack of experience of North Korean soldiers in drone warfare and an unfamiliar terrain. But despite the losses, North Korea is planning for additional deployment, according to South Korea. According to US and South Korean officials, over 10,000 North Korean troops have been deployed to help Russia in the war. These troops are mostly deployed in the Kursk region, where Ukrainian forces launched an incursion in August. Additionally, reports claim Pyongyang has supplied over 10,000 containers of artillery rounds, anti-tank rockets, along with howitzers and rocket launchers to Russia. Neither Russia nor North Korea have officially acknowledged these claims. However, Pyongyang recently released a statement saying how its military alliance with Russia is proving very effective in deterring the United States and its vassal forces. But the statement made no mention of its involvement in the war in Ukraine or casualties. Now the question remains, is the partnership costing North Korean soldiers their dignity, even in death?
Betrayal in the name of survivor. The fallen dictator Bashar al-Assad is accused of selling Syria's military secrets to Israel in exchange for a safe path to exile. Hours later, Israeli airstrikes obliterated key Syrian targets, while Damascus fell to rebel forces. But in the middle of all of this, one question remains. Has Bashar al-Assad truly escaped justice? Or is his reckoning still to come?
It's a betrayal for survival in the face of defeat. The fallen dictator, Bashar al-Assad, accused of selling out his own nation's secrets to its sworn enemy. In a desperate bid to save himself, Assad allegedly handed Israel the key to Syria's military arsenal, locations of missile launchers, weapon depots, and secret bases. In return, a safe flight to exile as his country burned behind him. According to a bombshell revelation by Turkish journalist Abdulkadir Salvi, Assad, cornered by rebel forces and fearing capture, reached out to Israel with an extraordinary offer. Details of Syria's most strategic military assets in exchange for a guarantee of safe passage out of the war zone. This covert communication reportedly included the locations of missile systems, weapon depots, and high-value government facilities. In return, Israeli defense forces promised not to interfere with Assad's presidential jet as it fled Damascus for Russia. And just hours after Assad reached safety in Moscow, Israel unleashed a ferocious airstrike campaign, obliterating hundreds of Syrian military targets with pinpoint accuracy. Assad's escape was nothing short of cinematic. Using what experts call a transponder trick, his presidential jet vanished from radar over the Mediterranean before landing at the Maimin airbase. From there, Russian forces whisked him away to Moscow aboard a military jet, ensuring he was far from the chaos engulfing his nation. Back in Syria, the Islamist group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham seized control of Damascus, declaring the dawn of a new transitional government. Meanwhile, Assad, now exiled in Moscow, continues to deny the allegations, calling them a flood of misinformation. But his words ring hollow for many, as fresh evidence surfaces of his regime's atrocities. Mass graves near Damascus, brutal killing fields offer chilling testimony of Assad's reign of terror. But in the middle of all this, Syria's future hangs in the balance. The new rebel-led transitional government is scrambling to stabilize a nation scarred by over a decade of war. Humanitarian aid is trickling in, but the road to recovery is long and uncertain. As Bashar al-Assad lives in exile, far from the horrors he orchestrated, his homeland begins the painful process of rebuilding. But will his alleged betrayal mark the final chapter of his story? Or will he be brought to justice?
That's all we have for you with this edition of Crossfire. See you again in our next episode, only on India Today Global.